Edinburgh during festival time. It can often seem like another world. So imagine how it feels when you've just arrived from Iraq.
1, 2.
This week, 46 young Iraqi musicians have arrived in Edinburgh to work alongside British tutors in preparation for a series of concerts at the end of this month. For many of them, some as young as 16, this is their first time outside Iraq.
It's beautiful, and there are things here that you can't find in Iraq, and the people are different.
Here they appreciate musicians a lot more than in Iraq.
The National Youth Orchestra of Iraq was set up in 2008 to bring about reconciliation between young people from the country's different religious and ethnic groups. But their music director, Paul McAlindin, says they shouldn't be compared to a conventional British youth orchestra.
For a start, a youth orchestra here has a foundation of an education system underneath it so that the kids get decent lessons. We're the National Youth Orchestra of Iraq, and there's nothing underneath. In terms of the motivation, however, all of my tutors and I agree we cannot find students in Europe who are as highly motivated as these young people because of what they've been through and the way they use music to really protect their souls from the violence and chaos around them.
Of course, we already know about the power of music as a tool to promote social change. The El Sistema program in Venezuela has transformed the lives of thousands of poor children by giving them free access to classical music. And Daniel Barenboim's West Eastern Divan Orchestra has brought together young people from different religions and cultures in the Middle East. But the difference between these and the National Youth Orchestra of Iraq is that it was set up by one of the young musicians themselves. Zuhal Sultan was 17 when she took action against the lack of access to musical instruments and tuition following the war in Iraq.
Our performances outside Iraq is merely for the orchestra to also develop, because most of these musicians are actually self-taught. So they've not experienced what it feels like to be a real musician.
Because money is scarce, auditions for the orchestra are conducted via YouTube. Later this month, successful auditionees will be joined by guest soloist Julian Lloyd-Webber and play concerts in Edinburgh, Glasgow and London.
Wow, the musician life is so beautiful because they travel into the world, they meet the news, they can meet the professional teachers. I'm feeling now my dream there. I'm so grateful for this orchestra.
During their trip to Britain, the orchestra is also hoping to change perceptions about their country and show that there are people finally emerging from the shadows of war. What they make of their fellow performers in the fringe is another matter. Matthew Kane, Channel 4 News, Edinburgh.